Good morning, everyone. It's Hump Day, and it's time for today's edition of the Daily Stand-Up. Without any further ado, let's get started. My name is Lee Henson, president and founder of AgileDad, and today I want to talk to you some more about those Agile metrics. But this time I want to talk to you about those metrics from a perception of satisfaction. So I want to look at it from that context. So some things you should be measuring. How about customer satisfaction? I know this sounds so silly. But at the team level, this can be done on a per iteration basis using like a 1 to 5 scale or a smiley face indicator at demos. There's just lots of things you can get here. But one of the rules that I have is that every organization should find at least some way to measure end user customer satisfaction. They got to figure out what they're trying to measure and how. So I don't care which technique you use. You just need to figure out some people will use social media sentiment. Some people will use other scores and other derivatives. There's lots of ways to get this information. It's just a matter of getting it all figured out. The second one is team happiness. I know what you're thinking. That's crazy. But no, it's true. This item can be done on a per sprint basis using a 1 to 5 scale or a smiley face scale. So you can use fist to 5. But individuals can assess their own happiness or make a subjective assessment of the overall team happiness and atmosphere. And I think that's so important for us to figure out and for us to nail down. Because if the team's not happy, they're not going to be making conductive work or they're not going to be producing great work. And if they're not producing great work, then what's the use, right? I think that we just need to focus more and focus better. Last but not least in this list that I have is something called Net Promoter Score. Now, I'll admit, I've never been a Net Promoter fan, so to speak, but NPV is an index that ranges in value from minus 100 to 100 that measures the willingness of customers to recommend a company's products or services to others. Sounds pretty cool. It's used as a proxy for gauging the customer's overall satisfaction with a company, and it's frequently used. I hear this term thrown around a lot, but I don't know that many organizations know exactly what it means. So, for example, if I have a net promoter score, that equals the percentage of promoters minus the percentage of detractors. So it makes for an interesting formula, right? So you need to say how many promoters do I have minus the percentage of detractors, and that's going to tell you your NPS, your Net Promoter Score. And I think that when used properly and leveraged properly, this is a great tool. But I think when not used properly, it causes a lot of heartache and pain. So I think that it's important for us to understand what this is, how it functions, and what we're going to do with it before we just go willy-nilly trying to add it everywhere, yes? And I think that many organizations really don't have a good understanding of the NPS, the Net Promoter Score. So if you are surrounded by people who don't necessarily understand what this means, that's okay. Just find another way to measure the outcome. Remember, the focus here should be outcome over output. The focus should be you, not me. And the focus should be let's find ways to serve each other and love each other so we can keep this pot moving, so we can keep everything boiling. Because I'm confident that this is it. This is a break for us to really get to understand our end consumer better, and I think that we need to take advantage of it. Well, I wish you all a very, very happy Wednesday. And as always, I encourage you to visit AgileDad.com where you can learn more about this topic or many others. If you have a topic you want us to cover, send it over to learnmore@AgileDad.com. We'd love to hear from you. As always, stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.